no electricity. We can't find where to go tonight. I was halfway through boiling a kettle when we realised we'd run out of gas.
Oh my god!
What we don't want to do is park ourselves somewhere where our motorhome is going to get broken into or windows are going to get smashed, and that's the general feeling that we're getting right now.
Right now, if you gave me the option of going home early, I'd be very tempted to take it.
Hi, I'm Daz and she's Bee, and we're on a 12-week road trip round France with our boys and our greyhound Sammy. Join us as we explore the history, beauty and fun we can squeeze in while getting to grips with the challenges of working and home educating on the road as a family in France, living a life less ordinary as we escape in the motorhome.
Phew, nothing on the window from the police about us staying here. There was no space in the air down the road, just down there in the Salon de Provence. So we have been rather stealth, we think. These spaces are nice and big, it's a nice quiet road, no trouble. So this is what I think Provence should look like. Lots of lush greenery, fir trees, little buildings nestled in amongst the trees up on hilltops. Lots of vineyards, it should be like that. That's the Provence I've been looking for, and it's here. Enjoy your office, babe. Bye. Have a lovely day. Take care. And we're off to have some fun, as we usually are. Oh my gosh. So this place, Le Village des Automates, I might be saying that wrong, but it's basically automated village. It's really cool. It's grown. It's gone from being lots of little models. Think It's a Small World in Disney and slightly more shabby. It's got a whole sort of little section of that, but then they've built up over the years, and now they've got this great big park with electric boats and aquabranche, which is tree climbing, and huge great slides and water areas. So it's really, really big. And it's quite nice. It's a bit just probably on the cusp of being too young for Indy, but I brought him in here because it is the stuff of nightmares, and this is the sort of thing that can make him giggle because it is so very creepy. So I'll show you some of the creepy stuff now. It's Gulliver. This one is inside a Pepper. He's a macaw.
Oh yeah.
It's Moana, honestly. Movies, surfing, skateboarding and cheerleading. Giant ladybird. Oh help. Now I am going to have nightmares. Right, so proper freaking the children out in Christmas world, and the only way out is this glowing fire-like slide.
One of them like presses a button and two swords go shing.
By the way, somebody who does this really well, or a place that does this really well, is Efteling, one of the best theme parks in the world in my view, which is in the Netherlands. They do creepy and whimsy really brilliantly. So this is all self-pushed. Indy's got to get a hook underneath the car and then drag him around.
I'm going to pull him at the speed of light.
Nothing dangerous to see here. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay. So this place costs around 63 euros for us all to get in today, which sounds like a lot, but actually it's not too much because I think it's going to keep the kids occupied for a good few hours. And there is stuff for Indy to do as well. There's a very scary slide, highest in Europe apparently. So Etty is starting small, but apparently this is the biggest slide in Europe. We'll have to confirm those facts, of course. Woo! How was that?
I thought I was going to die.
So this is perfect for my biggest here, because I was really worried it was all going to be a bit babyish, but actually this is right up his street. Yeah, I'm good. I don't think I'll do that today. Somehow I found myself going on the corkscrew slide What have I let myself into? Wow, this is beautiful. I'm surprised and delighted by this place. Even though it feels busy and even though it's the height of summer, the boys haven't got to wait for anything. It's very free flow. There's no queues. It doesn't feel too corporate. They're having a wonderful time. Possibly an even better time than they had at Spiro Park the other day at half the price. So it isn't jazzy. It's just in the middle of a forest. But there's so much to do. We were just looking at the family monorail over there, and you've got to cycle it and pedal it around yourself. But Indy's now asking for a go-kart for Christmas or birthday, and now they're enjoying using another unusual cart. They've been up in the trees. They've been pushing themselves with great big slides. It's the best form of entertainment. Ah! And he's just crashed into me.
Felix, get off!
Just had the most amazing conversation with this lady who asked if a car was free, and we happened to get in a conversation about her grandson, and she could see I was trying to practice my French, so she spoke to me half French, half English, and we established that her grandson Bowie speaks French, German and English. So Phoenix went off with Bowie, and we were saying it was a really cool prenom, and then we discovered that she's got a daughter in London and that he lives in Berlin, so he goes to school in Germany, so speaks German. Dad is Irish, so he speaks English to him. Mum is French, so he speaks French to him. So he is bilingual or multilingual. But it was really nice having a chat, and what's nice is that when a French person I've seen sees that I'm trying to speak and I'll ask whether something's feminine or masculine, they really kind of get on side and want to help and help me practice, which is really good. Look, they're Flintstones cars. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. All this in a giant whale.
And there's someone almost as busy as me and B. Right, it's the end of the day. Sammy's flat out, the battery's flat out. As much as this shade is nice, it means we're not getting any solar. So the kids will be disappointed when they get back and there's no Xbox. However, from here we're heading south towards Marseille, so pretty soon we'll be out on the road and under the full sunshine. Hopefully long enough to charge the battery so I can work tomorrow and the kids can play later. Otherwise we'll all be on phones and tiny little batteries. Right, well I know this is a first world problem and all, but to be honest, today is a pile of so I've spent all day inside the van working at my laptop. Unfortunately, we were in the shade. The solar panels didn't charge the batteries. The kids can't believe quite how long it takes for solar to charge. So there's still not enough in there, and it's now nearly 20 to 8. There's not enough in there for them to game on it. We've also just run out of gas again. There's never any warning system for that. Picked the biggest e-Leclerc nearby. You think that's a guaranteed thing. Went to the reception desk, asked if they did the gas bottles, and they said they don't. Tried to say anywhere nearby that does it, and they just shook their heads, tapped their watches and said everything's closed. Half of me doesn't really believe them, so I'm going to put the gas back in the van. I'm going to go in myself and have a look around to see if it's there, because I've met other people in the front of these shops who don't know what they're talking about. So I'm going to have a quick look at that, but the nearest Super U, which may or may not be open, is probably about another 15-minute drive in the wrong direction. Oh my God! Or as they say in France, mon Dieu.
So when Daz tried an e-Leclerc about 15 minutes ago, they directed him to Super U, which was going to close within that next 10 minutes. So we just had to do a mad dash there, speeding all the way, which is a little bit disconcerting. And Daz leapt out the vehicle with the vehicle in the middle of the road. So I had to take over in flip-flops. And all that for nothing. Let's just hope we haven't got a speeding ticket. So we have no electricity. All the power's been sucked out of it, despite it being the most sunny region. We have no gas, and we have barely any Wi-Fi or data. So Daz is going to do some talking about Park for Night in Marseille, but we're all feeling a little bit down right now because for whatever reason we can't find where to go tonight. It's anywhere near where we want to be tomorrow, and we have no electricity because we had a lazy day yesterday, which meant lots of devices were used, and for some reason it hasn't been charged. There's been plenty of sun today, but it's been parked in the shade. Maybe we shouldn't have been parked in the shade, but we have a dog, so there are other needs that had to be considered. And we left wherever we were too late, didn't realise we were going to run out of gas, even though yesterday I was cooking and I was thinking, this gas has lasted a bit too long. So now I was halfway through boiling a kettle when we realised we run out of gas to make our meal. So we don't know what we're doing for food. I've got an idea. Hopefully it can use up a lot of the stuff in the fridge. Just demands from the children after a really beautiful, lovely day where they've all had fun. I'm not dealing with it very well. I'm being super grumpy and having to apologise for my shouting. But anyway, Daz is going to talk about the issues that we've had with parks for night and campsites, because I've looked for campsites for about 45 minutes to no avail. So now we're moving from Marseille to Cassis because there's certain things that we want to do in the Marseille area, but still we're drawing blanks. What we don't want to do is park ourselves somewhere where our motorhome is going to get broken into or windows are going to get smashed, and that's the general feeling that we're getting right now.
Right, well, I've stepped away from the van for a second because I'm feeling hugely negative about today. It's probably just today. However, as B said, we don't really have anywhere to stay for tonight. It was somewhere on Park for Night, which was looks like a sports ground car park. It's amongst some trees, so there's a bit too much shade for the panels to really do anything. But looking around this area, the whole of this sort of Marseille area, there's very little provision for motorhome airs. Probably one of the scarcest, sort of desolate areas for motorhome airs in all of France so far that we've travelled. Why is this, I wonder? Well, often I think what you find is these motorhome airs are put up by small towns trying to attract people, and who needs to attract anyone to Marseille, right? It's chock-a-block. So, having read all of the Park for Night reviews about Marseille and all the break-ins, and there's some recent reviews too, we decided we'd like to stay out of town, maybe bus in. So we've gone to Park for Night and we're reading on there. Trouble is, some of the Park for Night stuff, people keep listing sites that are day parking only. Yeah. You don't know that until you click on it and start reading through stuff. And when you've got 1 megabit per second internet and the kids trying to stream stuff, I've done nothing with my day. I mean, the kids have enjoyed a great day out, and like I said, it's a first world problem really, moaning about having to work inside a van and struggle with the internet. But truth be told, right now, if you gave me the option of going home early, I'd be very tempted to take it. Well, it's now 9:20 and with no gas and not much hope of a decent place to kit, we've returned to the Illicote car park so we can go and get a Burger King. And let's just hope in the next hour we find somewhere nice to sleep for the night. I don't think it's going to be here. It's now 20 to 10, we're still in the car park. We had our delivery, thanks to B going across the road and getting some food for us. Fortunately, halfway through my burger, I discovered the sans fromage was actually avec fromage, and there was still a slice of cheese between my veggie burgers, my delicious veggie burgers. But because of the amount of barbecue sauce and sriracha sauce on it, I didn't taste the cheese until I was halfway through it. So for me personally, it's a bit disgusting. So we've taken it back, and hopefully we'll get another one. In the meantime, I found a Park for Night option that's 6 minutes south of here. But thanks to one of the reviewers, it apparently has a train station which will get B and the kids into Marseille in half an hour. So while I'm at work, they can go and explore the city, but it's far enough out that hopefully we won't get any trouble. Yes, it was a bit of a risk considering most of the parking spaces are for cars, but on the top right you'll see some overhang the grass, and luckily we got one of those.
After what was quite a positive day, the end of the day has been a bit bleak. Of course, it results in this. Luckily, earlier today, when we were in a really nice place, I picked up a €2 bottle of wine, amongst other things.
Don't judge.
Don't judge us, you know, it's needs must.
It's one above petrol.
Yeah. And one above gas, which I wish we had. Maybe we could fuel cooking with this. I don't know. When we realised we weren't able to cook our dinner because I realised that the power had gone off whilst I was boiling some water. Daz and I got rather short with one another. I made a salad with what we had left in the fridge.
In anger.
Angry salad.
Yeah,
it was
angry
so
salad.
angry. It was full of malice and spite.
Swear, it was far too much sriracha sauce in mine.
A lot of sriracha sauce, a lot of citric acid. But yeah,
Really bitter.
Yeah, it was really bitter. Bitter leaves. It's a free park up tonight. Hopefully it's safe. We've been really scared by what we've seen on Park for Night from Marseille. I don't know quite why I'm so obsessed about going into Marseille. I think it's because the coastline is supposed to be lovely. I know the town is a bit big and a bit city-like. We've got some plans for the next couple of days that involve the coves and involve a boat trip and hopefully some snorkeling if we can hike down there. So we've got all sorts of exciting plans for the weekend, but it's a free park up. I don't think it's a good idea because we've got far too much precious cargo on board.
By the end of tomorrow, we'll be at our toilet limit again, and probably the bottom of our water.
Yeah, talking to toilet, yeah.
Everyone's fed up that there's not enough electricity in the van, so we might as well go on site. Right.
Anyway, chin chin, more
Waiter.
Sante. Yeah, so that's that. At least it's ending on a less than sour note. And we will see you next time in the morning, and it'll be more positive, maybe on a train.
I'm not going anywhere for the next 10 minutes.
So I'm rather proud of us all.
I never wanted to go do this again.
I've lost Etienne and Phoenix on here.
Well, that's it. I sort of give up at the moment. Don't worry, it's not all doom and doom. Until the next escape, thanks for watching.